29 years. And did you know that the first serenade band was awarded by the Dominica Festivals Commission in 1999, awarded by the Dominica National Cultural Council with a Special Recognition Award for outstanding contribution to cultural development in the field of contemporary music. And they also received the Auguste Etienne Memorial Achievement Award. Our focus today on Did You Know? A bit of info on the first serenade band. Did You Know made possible compliments national broadcaster, your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, we'll bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Dominica has made another significant breakthrough towards air access into the country. Well, Tourism Minister Denise Charles Pemberton will join us live on the news in a short while to tell us all about it. In other headlines this morning, activities to mark Dominica's 46th anniversary of independence will be launched at the State House Conference Center this morning. In news from the region, the United States has launched sanctions against a former Haitian politician in connection with serious human rights abuse. Hurricane Helen brings life-threatening conditions as it moves from Florida to Georgia. And in sports, well, Dominica suffers its fourth defeat in the ECCB International Netball Series, going down to St. Lucia. Well, good morning. I'm Gavin Richards with the DBS Major Morning News. Details right after this.
Ever wondered what's in your milk? These are the following benefits of Distinction Milk. It's a great source of calcium and protein, vitamin A and D added. It's definitely not a filled milk like some of the other brands. Distinction Milk texture and taste is great for shakes, baking, pouring cream, and a side for mashed potatoes and much more. Even better, because of its rich texture, Distinction Evaporated Milk can be stretched. Isn't it great to know what's in your milk? Distinction Milk, distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Well, welcome back. And first up in the news this morning, Dominica has made another significant breakthrough towards air access into the country. Well, Tourism Minister Denise Charles Pemberton is joining us live this morning with the latest news.
Today is a proud day for all Dominicans. The commencement of ticket sales for United Airlines direct service from Newark, New Jersey to our very own Douglas Charles Airport for once weekly flights commencing February 15th, 2025. This is yet another historic milestone for the development of the tourism industry in Dominica. After years of careful planning, major investments, and numerous conversations with stakeholders here and in the diaspora, we are realizing our goals. This flight is another step towards our stated goal of 500,000 visitors by 2030. We are forging right relationships with key airline partners like American Airlines and now United ahead of the completion of the new international airport. By that time, we'll be focused on direct connections further away in a much more comfortable space. This is what good governance and sound policy looks like in action. For too long, visitors and Dominicans alike have faced challenges when it comes to traveling abroad, whether for work, school, or simply to reunite with loved ones. Today, we are bringing the world closer to Dominica and Dominica closer to the world. This new direct flight is not only about convenience for tourists, it's about making life easier for our own people by helping the average man who needs to travel for business, education, or to visit family. This achievement is part of our broader vision, a vision that puts the needs of Dominicans first. We have upgraded Douglas Charles Airport, improved our runway, and laid the groundwork for future growth. And this is only the beginning. United Airlines choosing Dominica is proof that our investments are paying off and that we are moving forward, building a future that truly benefits all Dominicans. The Ministry of Tourism, together with the government of Dominica, is committed to continuing this progress. We will keep working to create opportunities for our people, connect families, and make Dominica more accessible to the world. This is what progress looks like. This is what leadership delivers. People-centered growth.
And that's Tourism Minister Denise Charles Pemberton. Activities to mark Dominica's 46th anniversary of independence will be launched at the State House Conference Center this morning. Acting Chief Cultural Officer Ilson Matthew says the opening of this year's independence will feature a cultural parade tomorrow. Matthew is calling on Dominicans to participate in this year's independence activities.
The opening of Independence 2024 will be broken up into two parts. We have the official opening ceremony on Friday, the 27th of September at 10 a.m. People can tune in on live streams or radio broadcasts for that. At that point, we will deal with the formalities, the speeches, and let everybody know what is to come. On Saturday, the 28th, we have the first ever opening of Independence Parade. The buzz on the ground is very high, so we expect large numbers in the city on Saturday. The parade will run from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it will depict all the features of the upcoming independence season. So you will see a float representing Flag Day. The Kalinagos will be present with their tent mass. A royalty floats with our pageant contestants and winners. Chupul will be doing the classic independence songs. The big bottom ladies decked out in their madras wear. Stilt walkers in madras as well. School students in their national wear. We're going to amplify a Jinping band. Same thing applies to a drumming group and a steel pan group, so they don't get drowned out by the other sound systems. The World Creole Music Festival, TV Large, and Independence Gopal will also feature on floats with ticket specials and so on. There will also be a bushrum float, signal band, and much more. We assemble in Pottersville on what used to be the basketball court outside the St. Alphonsus Catholic Church and head to town via Goodwill Road. We will then cross the Isilo Black Bridge, and the route will be Independence Street, King George V Street, Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, and then we go to the market and the riverbank to end at the promenade. And we end in at the promenade at 7 p.m. where we will have a fireworks display. And we encourage everyone to patronize the establishments at the promenade after the parade. So we welcome the entire country to Roseau on Saturday.
Acting Chief Cultural Officer Ilson Matthew. Minister for National Security and Legal Affairs Rayburn Blackmore says Dominica will strengthen the paper committal strategy to deal with the backlog of cases in the court system. Paper committal has been used widely by some Caribbean islands.
We introduced years ago what we call paper committal. The word paper committal speaks for itself. Almost automatic committal to the High Court. So where you have the lawyers and the state or the prosecutor agreeing on the evidence. So that was done with the intent of ensuring that matters at the magistrate court could be disposed of quickly and sent up to the High Court for hearing. Because what you're trying to establish at the PI stage is whether there is enough evidence. You're not trying the case for someone to answer at the higher court. Now, if you have a paper committal matter, why should that matter take 6 months, etc.? So the intention of the paper committal. So what we're looking at is to make further amendment to that process to get it closer to what obtains in places like St. Lucia. But again, in countries where, because I can make reference to some countries where they have almost circumvented the PI process at the Magistrate Court, and matters go straight to the High Court or the Supreme Court. What you have now at the Supreme Court in many countries is a backlog at the Supreme Court level because you don't have enough judges to dispose of the matters at the High Court level, Supreme Court levels. What you need is to have players within the criminal justice system who understand the role and to understand that each one of us involved in the process has a role to play to ensuring that the wheels of justice come smoothly.
Minister for National Security and Legal Affairs, Rayburn Blackmore. Dominica's President, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, wants international attention to be focused on Haiti. Mrs. Burton told the 79th United Nations General Assembly in New York that the role of Haiti in liberation should not go unnoticed. An interim government has been installed in Haiti over the last few months.
The government of Dominica remains convinced that the present challenges faced by our sister CARICOM state are in part related to the glorious contribution Haiti made to the quest for justice and freedom in our region and the world. Indeed, the current complexion of this august body would have been unimaginable without the heroic struggles of the Haitian people. As such, the crisis in Haiti is much more than a Caribbean crisis, even if the solution is an obligation that all of the Caribbean states accept wholeheartedly. My delegation therefore unreservedly supports the position of CARICOM on the situation in Haiti, a position that rightly calls for a Haitian-led and owned transition process to bring across systematic changes to our fellow CARICOM member state. It is high time. The heroic sacrifices of Haitian blood and treasure that opened the door to the liberation of so many of our countries, making it possible for us to be members of this august body, deserve no less than the abundant peace and prosperity of the wonderful Haitian people.
Meantime, Dominica has condemned the conflicts in Ukraine, the Middle East, and Sudan. Dominican president says greater efforts must be made for a settlement. She says too many innocent people around the world have become victims of the deadly attacks.
Madam President, my delegation remains deeply concerned about the ongoing conflicts, particularly in Ukraine, the Middle East, and Sudan, among others. We recognize the crucial role of peace in human development. We are convinced that war is futile. It is this conviction that impels us to urge that the fullest support be given to those entities that are engaged in promoting peace and reconciliation in the Middle East, Ukraine, and Sudan. Just a few examples of locations where war is setting back the human development gains achieved over the years. The continuing loss of innocent lives, particularly innocent lives of the most vulnerable among us, namely the innocent lives of women and children, is of dire concern. There is no winner in these conflicts. And if history has taught us anything, it is that the cost to rebuild after such terrifying and inhuman conflicts is extremely prohibitive. To this end, as long as these conflicts persist, my delegation will not cease to echo the call for an urgent end to these conflicts which have decimated the lives of so many innocent ones.
President of Dominica, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton. In news from the region this morning, the United States has imposed sanctions on former members of Haiti's parliament who are profane Victor for his role in performing, supporting, and arming gangs that have committed serious human rights abuse in Haiti. The United States also sanctioned the current leader of the Grand Grif gang, Luxon Ilan, for his involvement in serious human rights abuse related to gang activity in Haiti's in Haiti. Well, the United States Department State spokesperson Matthew Miller says both Victor and Elaine are highlighted in the recent final report of the United Nations panel of experts as being significantly responsible for the crisis in Haiti. Internationally, Hurricane Helene has made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane and has weakened into a tropical storm as it moves more inland over Georgia. The United States National Hurricane Center says conditions are still life-threatening with storm surge warnings in place. The storm is barreling across Georgia towards Tennessee and the Carolinas after devastating Florida with fierce winds and flash flooding. It is one of the biggest ever to hit the Gulf Coast with wind speeds up to 140 miles per hour. One person was killed in Florida by a falling roadside and 2 people died in Georgia. Well, that's the news. Let's recap the headlines. Dominica has made another significant breakthrough towards air access to the country. United Airlines will begin flights into Dominica from February. the United States, has sanctioned the former Haitian politician in connection with serious human rights abuse. On the international scene, well, we heard that Hurricane Helene is bringing life-threatening conditions as it moves from Florida to Georgia. And coming up in sports, well, Dominica suffers its 4th defeat in the ECCB International Netball Series. That's the news. Stay tuned for sports.
Honey, did you get the glow spread and mellow cream?
A little help with the bags would be nice.
Shortly, but I need the glow spread to finish the icing for Christine's birthday cake and mellow cream to add to the soup and gravy.
No.
No?
No, I didn't get just one. I got 2 of each.
Aw, honey, that's just why I married you.
Spread the love with Mellow Cream and Glow Spread. They're vegan-friendly, lactose, and gluten-free. Found in all leading supermarkets nationwide.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods, Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speedy delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Well, welcome to the morning sports report. Let's begin with netball news. Well, the nightmare of a tournament for the national netball team continued last night as the Nature Isle girls suffered their fourth heavy defeat of the ECCB International Netball Series, losing to St. Lucia. Well, it was a tight first quarter, but St. Lucia got the edge, winning the opening period 16-12. St. Lucia continued to stretch their advantage in the second quarter and took a 29-21 lead heading into halftime. Dominica came out flat in the third period, and St. Lucia blew the game wide open, opening up a 20-point advantage. St. Lucia led 48-28 after three quarters, and they kept the pressure on in the fourth quarter as they won the game easily, 63-37. Well, senior team member Omian Charles says it was another disappointing showing.
It's another disappointing loss for Team Dominica. I think tonight, first quarter, I think we did really well by holding down Team St. Lucia and ending that first quarter by 4 points. Moving into the other quarters, I think we had some opportunities in terms of our passes, our attacking side, even our defensive side. So I think as a team, we need to go back and regroup, focus on the opportunities, also focus on the things that we did well to continue to improve in that area, but also really focus on our opportunities so that we can fix it for our upcoming games.
Now, despite the loss, what positive would you say that you actually gained from this experience?
What I can say is that the competitive matches definitely allow us to go back home and come back together as a team and really work on our strategies so that we can eventually become victorious. So I think that these are some of the positives throughout the entire tournament. Yes, they are disappointing us, but we're able to go back and look at the matches and work on our opportunities.
Well, today's a rest day in the tournament. Dominica will play its next match against Anguilla on Saturday. Some cricket news now. Important points on the line as two teams who've been struggling at the back end of the Republic Bank CPL meet tonight. Well, the Barbados Royals, who have lost 3 matches in a row, will come up against the Trinbago Knight Riders, who have lost 2 out of their last 3 games. As the tournament continues in Trinidad tonight, both teams are on 10 points and are looking to get into the top 2 in the points table to have 2 chances at getting into the finals. Well, the Knight Riders head coach Phil Simmons says the recent run of form is concerning heading into the playoffs.
As far as TKR is concerned, we started well. I think to win 3 out of 4 away games and coming into Trinidad for the home leg, we were happy with that. Happy how we started here, but the last couple of games we haven't shown our true form. So we've been having a lot of discussion and a lot of reasoning around what needs to happen over the next couple of days, and we will be trying to make amends and start our upward trend from tomorrow night.
And that's the Trinbago Knight Riders captain, head coach Phil Simmons. Meantime, Barbados Royals captain Rovman Powell says he's not too bothered with the recent run and is confident that his team can pull things around.
I think we are settled with our best 11. We know what we're going to go with in the playoffs, to be honest. It's an opportunity for us to just fine-tune a few things. Winning does build confidence in the group, but still yet we lose a few games. Confidence is not done. We know next week is when the real cricket starts.
Barbados Royals captain Rovman Powell. Well, tonight's match will bowl off at 8 o'clock. The St. Lucia Kings, they're on top of the point standings with 14 points. The Guyana Amazon Warriors have 12. Barbados Royals are on 10 points. And the Trinbago Knight Riders are on 10 points as well. Meantime, Dwayne Bravo has confirmed his retirement from all cricket after his final season in the CPL was cut short by injury. Bravo, who will be 41 next month, is the leading T20 wicket taker in history. Bravo, in a post on Instagram yesterday, said, and we quote, "My mind wants to keep going, but my body can no longer endure the pain, the breakdowns, and the strain. I can't put myself in a position where I might let my teammates and my fans or the teams I represent. So, with a heavy heart, I'm officially announcing my retirement from the sport today." End of quote. In an 18-year career, Dwayne Bravo helped set the benchmark in T20 cricket, winning titles at the IPL, the PSL, and the Big Bash, as well as becoming a two-time world champion with the West Indies. He finishes with 631 wickets in the format from 582 matches, second only to compatriot Kieron Pollard. Meantime, the Trinbago Knight Riders captain Kieron Pollard had this to say following Bravo's announcement.
He has called time on his playing career. I think that's it for Dwayne Bravo in terms of cricket. He has given cricket, a lot. And for us in the camp, obviously it's heartbreaking because we knew how hard he worked in order to finish this tournament and to be with us, to finish to the end. But unfortunately, the master always has different plans. And for him, it's heart-wrenching. But as a champion will always say, he has given it his all. And, for us as teammates and friends, we will try to do as much as possible to make him smile at the end of it. So from all of us, thank you, Dwayne. Obviously, we'll have our conversations going forward. But I think that's it for him from a playing career. But he has had a wonderful career. He has a good time, and he has represented us well as a nation and throughout the world.
Trinbago Knight Riders captain Kieron Pollard. In some more sports this morning, steps will be taken to guard against illegal betting during the next edition of the Dream 11 Nature ILT 10 tournament. This following an incident in the 5th edition where 2 foreign nationals were suspected of illegal activities during the matches. League coordinator Liam Sebastian says illegal betting and match fixing is a serious offense and could threaten the entire tournament.
We had to get the police involved with a possible match fixing situation where there were two non-nationals who had to be confronted by the police because we realized that they were exhibiting behaviors that is similar to what bookies, what they do. That after every ball is bowled, for example, you see them fidgeting in their phones. And then, when we alerted the police that they were very, very uncomfortable, that, they moved. And in fact, the police officer, he actually went to the toilet with them when they went because, he realized, he saw what we were showing. And after then, one of the persons did not continue coming to the matches. So we realized, and we alerted Dream 11 as soon as we realized, and credit must go to, the I don't want to call the person name, but it was a member of one of the teams who actually came and said that in the discussions we had with them, they realizing that they're seeing this person there, have a look at them.
League coordinator Liam Sebastian, the 6th edition of the Dream 11 Nature ILT 10 tournament will get underway on the 7th of December at Windsor Park. Meantime, President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Clement Masler, is calling on everyone to play their part to protect the integrity of the game.
What we intend to do as well is really having the signage at the entry point indicating that we would be looking for any suspicious action and reminding them of the actions that will follow under the laws. Likewise, we'd have a greater level of vigilance within the stands. Now that we know that our tournament is one of the areas, if somebody, for example, that particular person coming from another country, flying in to do such activities, then you know that the magnitude of our tournament should not be underestimated. If somebody makes that investment in a flight to come to do it for that specific purpose, we should now heighten our security and our vigilance and doing more, even greater screening at the entry point into the stadium. And I'm being a little more proactive because it was rather surprising for me to see that act that was actually being done at our tournament.
President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Clement Masler. Meantime, the Barbados trio of all-rounders Kadeem Aline, Roshan Primus and Naeem Young are set to make their debuts in the tournament. The trio are among the 6 overseas players announced for the competition so far. Kadim Alin will suit up for the D-Threads T2 Gorge Splashers. Naeem Young will play for the Barano Ote Warriors. Ryan John with the Indian River Rowers. Kofi James with the Sari Sari Sunrisers. Roshan Primus for the Champion Reef Divers. And Raishon Williams for the defending champions Valley Hikers. Each franchise will have an opportunity to add 2 more overseas-based players during next month's player draft. And the first school sporting event for the calendar year will kick off this afternoon with the commencement of the Sports Division Secondary Schools football program. The tournament will open with matches in the under 15 and under 20 divisions at the Benjamins Park this afternoon. The Portsmouth Secondary School will take on the Castleborough Secondary School in both the under 15 and under 20 divisions. The games will get underway from 2 o'clock. And there's also football this evening as Bath State FC will be in desperate search of all 3 points tonight as they look to climb out of the relegation zone as the DFA's Premier League continues this evening at the DFA Technical Centre. Bath State are sitting in 10th place on 10 points, having won just 2 matches for the season. They will come up against the 5th place Belfast Estate Mahusuka Strikers, who are on 16 points. That game will get underway at 6:30 tonight. Meantime, 2nd place Valvoline We United will be looking to narrow their gap on the point, or that should be the league leaders, Central Cooperative Credit Union Jubla FC. We United are sitting in 2nd place on 24 points, just 4 points behind Jubla, with a game in hand. They will take on Promex Harlem United on Sunday afternoon. A win will see We United cut the gap to just 1 point before Jubla takes to the field on Sunday evening to play Sagico Southeast. Meantime, last night's matches in the various leagues of the Dominica Football Association were postponed due to the inclement weather. Well, that's where we'll call the end of the DBS Morning Sports Report. Of course, we'll have some more sporting highlights for you at 1:28 during the 13:50 news, also at 11 o'clock during the morning news update. Until then, I'm Gavin Richards saying good morning.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speedy delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS. 7:35 is the time here on Your Nature While. Coming up shortly, we'll bring you your morning's weather report. Just before we do so, would like to remind you of your Kalinago word of the day, or your Kalinago sentence of the day. And of course, that's Awere Lao Narikanihu. Awere Lao Narikanihu. And that's nice to meet you in Kalinago. That's AWERE Lao LAO Narikanihu. NARIKENIHU. Awere Lao Narikanihu. Nice to meet you in Kalinago. Join us Monday, God willing, at roughly 6:47 for another edition of your Kalinago Word of the Day here on your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, your morning's weather report made possible compliments Flow Dominica Limited and Big Edge Financial.
What's on your back-to-school checklist? Fast, reliable internet, a free Chromebook, a smartphone. With Flow, you can check everything off your list. Sign up for broadband and get 25% off Turbo plus 6 months or free Chromebook while stocks last. And if you need a new phone, our postpaid bundles offer smartphones for just $4. Make back-to-school easy with Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for details.
At this time, we say good morning to Dervon Matthew with this morning's weather report. Good morning.
Good morning. The weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service at Douglas Charles Airport for the 27th of September 2024, recorded at 7 a.m. Today's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with a few scattered showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. The current conditions at the Douglas Charles Airport are cloudy with light showers, the surface winds coming from the southeasterly at 3 knots or 6 km per hour. The present temperature 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday's rainfall was 45.7 millimeters and the total rainfall for the month so far is 330.3 millimeters. The sun will set today at 5:57 p.m. and rise tomorrow at 5:55 a.m. The high tide today will be at 1:01 p.m. and the next low tide will be at 5:45 p.m. The weather outlook for Dominica and the Lesser Antilles. Moisture and instability associated with a tropical wave are expected to linger across the island during today. This is expected to spread a few scattered showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms across the area, mainly during the morning period. Meanwhile, the National Hurricane Center continues to monitor an area of low pressure in the central Atlantic Ocean, which could become a tropical depression or storm later today. This system is expected to remain over open water and currently poses no threat to the region. Sea conditions are expected to remain slight to moderate, with wave heights reaching up to 5 feet over the next 24 hours. Synopsis: unstable conditions will be affecting the area. The forecast for today and tonight: partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with a few scattered showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. The winds southeasterly to easterly at 10 to 30 km per hour. The sea conditions slight to moderate with waves 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. There are no warnings or advisories at this time. We are presently in the Atlantic hurricane season. For more information about weather conditions, visit our website at www.weather.gov.dm or call us at 266-4490. For further information, you can like our Facebook page at Dominica Meteorological Service, follow us on Instagram at Dominica Met, or add our WhatsApp channel at 618-3469. Reporting from the Douglas Charles Airport, I am Dervon Matthew.
And we thank Dervon Matthew for this morning's weather report, made possible compliments Flow Dominica Limited and Big Edge Financial.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face, at least when it comes to your waning finances. You've got the edge, help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge for those days when you're running low.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the weather report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
19 minutes before 8, up next, we present the general announcements and what's on your community bulletin board, made possible compliments Valley Engineering, Sales and Services, and the Central Cooperative Credit Union.
Central Cooperative Credit Union is encouraging all members to update their accounts. Members, please present the following at any of our 2 branches. Valid picture ID. This could be a passport, Dominica Social Security card, government-issued ID, such as driver's license or state ID. Proof of address, reflecting your name and current address. This document could be a utility bill, hire purchase document, bank statement, bank reference letter, employment letter, or driver's license. Where your driver's license is presented as a proof of address, you will need to present your passport or Dominica Social Security card as identification. While you are at the branch of your choice, please take the opportunity to update the beneficiary to your account. The purpose of this is to ensure that upon your death, the person whom you so desire will get the proceeds to your account. Please visit our Goodwill or Portsmouth branch today. Our friendly and efficient staff are waiting to serve you.
And now, your community bulletin board.
Domlac wishes to inform its customers at Hodges, Woodford Hill, Palm Tree, Cropton Point, Eden Road, Trafalgar Falls, Access Road including Papilot, and Trafalgar Falls Resort that their electricity supply will be interrupted today, Friday, September 27th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. These interruptions are necessary to allow Domlac to undertake high-voltage line diversion from Wesley to Woodford Hill and to accommodate work on the cable car project at Loda. Additional information is available on Domlac's website at www.domlac.dm under Scheduled Outages. Domlac appreciates your understanding in this matter and regrets any inconvenience caused. Dowasco is seeking to engage the services of a Community Liaison Officer, CLO, under its Water Sector Strategic Development Project. Under the overall guidance of the Project Coordinator, PC, the CLO will promote constructive partnerships, and communication between Dowasco and the communities on issues relating to project implementation and will be responsible for implementing community engagement activities as set out in the Stakeholder Engagement Plan. Submissions must include a detailed curriculum vitae. The duration of the assignment is expected to be for 18 months. Eligibility. Consultants shall be eligible to participate if the person or citizens or bona fide residents of an eligible country, and in all cases the consultant has no arrangement and undertakes not to make any arrangements whereby any substantial part of the net profits or other tangible benefits of the contract will accrue or be paid to a person or citizen or bona fide resident of an eligible country. Eligible countries are country members of the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB. The Community Liaison Officer, CLO, is required to possess the following minimum qualifications and experience: a master's degree in sociology, rural community development, anthropology, international development, or other related discipline. A minimum of 7 years relevant practical experience, fluency in English, proficient computer skills, and good written